Let me show you my showering and hair washing routine today, but let's start at the beginning. Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So today I want to show you how I wash my hair, my new hair care routine and what I do to keep it zero waste and sustainable and minimal so that it's just really easy for me to care for my hair and that I'm happy with it. So let's get started. So I have tried the no-poo water only method on and off since 2017 when I cut off my dreadlocks that I had for the previous 4 years, and I really cut off my hair and wanted to start that water only method, but that has been tricky. So let me first share what I do right now for my hair to keep it smelling good and fresh and not greasy, and then I'm gonna talk more about why I quit the no-poo water only method again. So right now with short hair, the super easy thing is really that I don't have to worry about getting it wet. Like when it's wet, it dries within 10 minutes. And so whenever I shower, which is not every day, but several times a week, I also make my hair wet just because it's easy. It doesn't matter, I can wash my face better, or I just don't have to care about my hair not getting wet, because when I had long hair I would only wash my hair once a week, and that means for me also only making it wet once a week. So all the other times I was showering, I would just shower from my neck down and then of course also wash my face. And now when I don't have to care about that, I just put the shower head on top, over my head, and I can just be under the shower my whole body, including my hair, because it dries so fast. But I still only wash my hair once a week, which means that I'm not using any products, that I'm not focusing too much on washing my hair. It just gets wet while showering. But that one time a week where I actually wash my hair, I also use a hair soap. So I haven't ever switched back to regular shampoo out of a bottle out of different reasons. There are a lot of substances in shampoo that usually aren't even good for your hair, so I stick to the least harsh method possible, and for me that is a hair soap at the moment. Hair soaps sometimes have a little less fat than the normal soaps or soaps you would wash your hands with or your body with, so that it is just possible to take away some of that grease from my hair. And I use that hair soap. I've got it actually as one of my first PR samples, I think in 2018, from a platform called Zwois. I will link it down below for you, because back then I think nobody ever cared about that deal and nobody ever went there to buy something, so I'm gonna link it down below so you can check it out if it still exists. But of course this is not sponsored in any way. I just have that hair soap, and that one time a week where I actually wash my hair, I'm showing you, but it's not such a complicated thing, so it even feels like it's not worth talking about, because I just wet my hair, I put some soap in it, let it sit in there for maybe a minute, and then I wash it out again. And that is the simple thing that works for me right now. That is how I wash my hair once a week, and that works. So let's dive into the reason why I use this hair soap and why I don't just try making the no-poo water only method possible for me. So I've had the same thing happening to me for the past, I think it's 2017 until now, it's almost 4 years now. And that is that my hair is just naturally really greasy. So no matter how good I would massage my scalp, how long I would brush it before I shower or after I shower, how much apple cider vinegar I would use, because we have really hard water here, and that's a factor that plays into the water only method working, and some people suggest that could be the problem. I tried different water temperatures. I tried everything and it doesn't work for me right now. Now, I don't know if it has to do sometimes with lifestyle, with nutrition, with different other factors that I don't know anything of right now, but my hair is naturally, greasy. And so no matter how long I would try, it would always end up at the same point where my hair would get a little bit greasier with every time I washed it with water only. And so you can imagine, after a few weeks or even a few months, depending on how long I tried, it just did not feel good. It just didn't look good anymore. I couldn't really tie it up anymore. It just wouldn't work. It was just greasy, and I couldn't get that out of my hair without using some kind of a soap. And when I cut my hair short, I thought about retrying the water only method, but then I just realized that now even more people are touching my hair. At least my son really loves to touch my short hair now, and I guess I'm also touching it at least the same amount than I touched it before, and so it gets greasy as well. Like, if I haven't washed my hair for a week, when I need to wash it again, I can really feel that there's grease in my hair. And now with that short hair, I can't even like brush it out or anything like that. So that is just the thing that works for me right now. And another thing that I really want to say when we talk about these super natural, super minimalist methods. I've talked about it in another video, but I think minimalism goes too far if it becomes more complicated instead of easier for you and your lifestyle. I'll link you the video up here where I dive more into what I think when minimalism goes too far. But for me, I also mentioned no-poo in that video, but that is something that really, that I realized that I don't see, like, it doesn't make sense for me to try and worry and think and live with not being happy with how my hair feels just because I want to get rid of that one product. And let's be honest, I wouldn't even get rid of my hair soap because I use that same soap when I shave or when I want to use soap on my body. So I have that product. It's not an additional product. And so I just realized that it doesn't make sense for me. It does not make my life easier if I keep on trying to force this water only method if it doesn't work for me, because it just adds stress and thoughts and makes the routines more complicated. Now, for the other parts of my routine, what has changed since I cut my hair this short? I don't have to tie it back. I don't have to look into the mirror and make sure it looks good. I don't have to worry about it being in my face or sleeping on it having a weird, my hairstyle falling apart and me having to redo that. So some people thought that it's like a lot easier having long hair because you don't have to cut it. But for me, I really feel right now that short hair is a lot easier. My long hair was not like high maintenance or anything, but now I just really have to do nothing to it except for washing it. And thing that is additionally coming right now, of course, is also cutting it again. Because I have decided to keep it short for a while to really experience the benefits and just have that hairstyle because I like it on myself. And so I will keep my hair short, but that also means, of course, I have to cut it again. And some people cut their hair once a week to really have it in the same length all the time. I know people that cut them that cut their hair every 2 weeks just to have it in a similar length. But I have tried it out, and I have cut my hair one time since I cut it the first time, and I think it was about after 3 or 3.5 weeks. And since I want to have a very minimalist hair care routine, I do not want to cut my hair once a week. I want to try to wait for as long as possible before cutting it again, just to make it easier, just to have less time that I need to spend on my hair. And the moment I want to cut my hair every time, and I haven't really figured out the time period exactly, is when it starts, when my hair starts to have opinions on how it wants to be on my head. So as soon as it goes in different directions, as soon as I feel like I have to actually look in the mirror again to make sure it doesn't look strange, then I want to cut it again. And I think that is right about 3 weeks after cutting it. And I can of course make that period longer if I cut it shorter each time. And I started out with 9mm, that is a grade 3. And last time I cut it to 8mm. I don't know how that length is called in like another than the European system, but that's just a tiny little bit shorter. The amount it is shorter is about the amount it grows in like 3 days. But I'm not really willing to go shorter for now because I don't feel comfortable with like having no hair at all. But I think right about that grade 3, I'm comfortable. And then I'm just letting it grow out until I want to like cut it again because it goes into different directions. So let's maybe also talk about my hair goals. So what I said before, that I wanted to keep it short, of course alters these goals or what I have to do with it. Because I don't want to grow it out long, I don't really have to care about it being 100% healthy. And every piece of hair is cut, like when it grows out of my scalp, is cut off just maybe 2 months after. So yeah, that is a super easy thing, and it also makes it easier to care for my hair, I think, because I just don't have to worry about what I'm doing to my hair. I cannot damage it to an extent where I would have the consequences for years coming. But I don't plan on doing anything to it. Like, I want to keep it as natural as possible. But by keeping it as natural as possible, that is not just for me, but that's also for the environment. So I try to use the least amount of products, which is this hair soap, to just not pollute the water, to not add like chemicals and substances and things to nature, to not use up packaging, to not have any other like things I need to buy that need to be produced, that I use, that maybe damage the environment. So I'm super happy to just have that soap that I could get zero waste and that I think is not really harsh to the environment afterwards. But of course, using only water would be more sustainable in that sense, because that soap had to be produced. It is made out of ingredients like that have to come from somewhere, and it is in the water when I flush it down. So that is a reason why I would still like to manage the no-poo water-only method, but it's just not worth it for me right now. And now I also really want to say that that is just what works for me right now. Of course, leave me all your tips down below that you can think of that would maybe help me achieving a good water-only method. But keep in mind, I have greasy hair and I live somewhere where we have super hard water, so I can only really need tips that apply to that. And that being said, I think it is super important that we find a solution that works for us. I cannot tell everybody that they should never color their hair again or bleach it or use a hair soap, because that might not work for them. That might not be aligned with their hair goals. That might not work with their lifestyle. So by me showing you my routine, I do not want to say that that is the best way or that you should change your routine. It's just because you're sometimes interested in things like that and I like to share it, and I hope you maybe find inspiration or just learn something about my life or about how you could wash your hair too, if you're looking for inspiration. But again, like I want you to find a thing that works best for you, no matter what kind of products you use, no matter if, what your focus is when it comes to hair care. And so I'm just sharing what works for me at the moment. That really also doesn't mean that it is going to work forever or going to stay the same forever, because I guess I'm gonna grow out my hair eventually. And then I guess my hair care routine will change again, because one step, the cutting the hair again, will not be part of my hair care routine anymore, and I might change up how I wash it. I start like brushing or combing it again because it gets to a length where that makes sense. So let me know what you do to your hair. Let me know if you have tips for me. Let me know everything else that you would like me to know. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up. That would really, really help my channel. And if you want to see more videos, I link you a video here and a playlist here. And I also hope to see you next time. Bye!